Well, let's stay with this story, but get some perspective now, and we speak to security expert Brad Steyn, who talks to us from Oxfordshire in the United Kingdom this evening. Brad, good evening to you, and thank you for your time. Let's start off with the two most senior police officers fighting each other in court. The one intends to get reinstated after he was placed on suspension. Do you think that this is likely to have some impact on police work on the ground?
Zoli, good to see you, my friend, and good evening to your viewers. And yeah, this is right. This is not a willy-nilly affair. You know, this is some serious issues that South Africans are facing at the moment, you know, as it is. Our confidence in the law enforcement capabilities in this country are beyond questionable. And here we've got these two throwing stones at each other from each other's glass houses. So yeah, it's quite the dismal situation we find ourselves in a country, and that's the last thing on earth that we really need is to see the weakness in leadership. Thank God we have our community safety forums out there, our security companies out there, you know, protecting us.
Yeah.
But obviously they are also good patriotic South Africans that are keeping the glue together, and all this politicizing is out in the open.
The president is the person with the powers to hire, fire, or place on suspension accounting officers. And that is what General Fani Masemola is. When you strip all of the decorations around him, what he is ultimately is an accounting officer within police management. Do you think that he is on safe ground right now, or might the president be worried that with the commissions of inquiry that are set to start, well, at least one is delayed now, there is likely to be even more instability at police management level, and the worry would be this could cascade down to the rank and file?
Well, you know, like I just said, there's a lot in the rank and file out there, the real people that write the police affidavits, that take the police calls, that work with the security companies, that work with the community safety people. Those are the real people on the ground. My biggest concern is that exactly what you said, the power lies in the office of the presidency, where the judicial oversight over any policing, any law enforcement, any sort of investigative powers should not be politicized, and it should be held within the office of the National Prosecuting Authority. So, you know, there's major steps that we need to take backwards, but it is doable. But, you know, it starts with cutting the head of the snake off. And unfortunately, the biggest problem is Mr. Ramaphosa himself.
Let's get some understanding from your end as to the delays of these commissions of inquiries. Well, at least the one. Let me not lump them all together. The parliamentary process seems afoot. The parliamentarians will start discussing and possibly calling people in to testify there. But the Madlanga Judicial Commission of Inquiry, and I think that's the one that people will probably be looking at closely, that is the one that is delayed. Do you think that this is likely to dampen the spirit of South Africans who are desperate to see, not only hear what is wrong with the police, but to see some action as to those who are accused of wrongdoing?
Zoli, are you talking about the Lucky Makwanazi's?
This is all to do with Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's allegations.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. I was actually at the ad hoc committee's a vote at Parliament in Cape Town when they voted in Molapi Soviet Lekagane, and you know, who's a ANC stalwart. He's been around for many years, and here's the thing, right? Every time we know this, and we've seen this as South Africans are very smart, and they know what's up. We have seen time and time again that within these inquiries, it's very rare for the ANC to actually call their own out. You know, I was a member of the ANC for over 30 years, and eventually it drove me crazy, and I had to leave because I couldn't tolerate seeing the ineffectiveness. So, you know, on top of that, there's also running parallel an illegal investigation that's going on, and that's being headed up by Western Cape National Commissioner Patikile, while there's a ad hoc committee investigation going on. You know, you can't have the police investigating the police. We can't have politicians getting involved in judicial and matters of state where corruption's involved. So we need to address these things, because those are the most important things to address. And once we can, then, you know, hopefully we can have some results. But, you know, there are legitimate concerns that, and that's why there's a stall in this commission, and that is, what do we do with classified information, etc. But at this stage in the game, we know how to compartmentalize and manage classified information. But what we really need to do is get to the evidence-based facts and the actionable intelligence, and then make sure that nobody tries to manipulate it by using legal jargon.
Brad, we're going to have to leave the conversation there. Brad Steyn, thank you very much for your time tonight, a security expert weighing in on the latest developments.